Good morning, my little sugar beans. I'm filming in batches today, so you get like at least 3 videos with me in the same outfit and the same makeup because I don't care. Congratulations, you're here, I'm here, Olive Garden. When you're not here, no one cares. Welcome back to my channel, and if you've never been here before, wipe your feet on the mat, clown. You weren't raised in a barn. Oh, hello. I'm here to let you know that today's video is sponsored by Ren. Look at all that nature. Can you even believe it? Do you like nature? Me too. Do you want it to be here for a long time? Me too. You want me to tell you how you can help keep it here for a long time? Good, me too. The answer is Ren. I'm out of breath. Ren is the perfect way to offset your carbon footprint and help save, well, all of this. Whoa, don't fall and break your neck. Because nature's here, but it can kill you. Using Ren's user-friendly website, you can calculate your carbon footprint and all the damage you're doing. And Ren offers you ways to help offset that carbon footprint. Now, one of the programs that piqued my interest was the Clean Cooking Fuel for Refugees. It's a program that provides clean burning fuel and cook stoves for refugees in Uganda, which would in turn prevent like thousands of acres of deforestation. Does my hair look good? And not only like on a global scale would that be beneficial, but like it also improves the quality of life for Ugandan refugees, which I'm out of breath. We all need some sort of improvement in life. Starting with Ren is not at all complicated. In fact, I could do it up here in front of these mountains if I wanted to. Let's do it. Anyone got the Wi-Fi password out here? Let's turn on my mobile hotspot, and I'm gonna fill out a quick survey about my day-to-day habits, like stuff usage, and bing, bang, boom. There's my carbon footprint. It's a big foot. As I said before, my other course of action in trying to reduce my carbon footprint and help curb the climate crisis is by keeping a vegan diet. And if we all switch to at least one plant-based day a week, we could make a huge impact on the demand for meat. It would reduce the demand for meat. It would reduce livestock emissions. Animals would get to live. Win, win, win. Every little bit helps, you know what I'm saying? It'll take everyone's help to end the climate crisis. Okay, so you got to do your part. I can't shoulder the burden, Janice. You can start helping today by going to ren.co, that's WREN.co, and take the survey, figure out how much damage you're doing here, Heather. And the first 100 people to sign up using the link in the description will have 10 extra trees planted in their name. And that's pretty cool. Anywho, thank you so much to Ren for sponsoring this video. I have to go because I can't feel my hands anymore. But look at the mountains. Today we're going back into the Teen Mom machine to dig up the history of another young woman whose claim to fame is getting knocked up in high school. We're aiming for the crowd pleaser today and talking about one of the most beloved cast members of the entire franchise. By and large, one of 2 teen moms who is most well-liked, second only to Teen Mom OG's Macy Bookout. However, she's not short on problems or draggy storylines and an ex that just wouldn't quit. So put on an entire palette of dark black MAC eyeshadow, tan your skin till you look like an Oompa Loompa took a shit on Tan Mom, wave high as we pass by Mount Rushmore, and say cheesy potatoes, because today is a very Chelsea Huska installment of the evolution of Teen Mom 2.
Cheesy potatoes!
Yes, today we're talking about Chelsea, the beloved crowd favorite, rich daddy's girl who communicates through only baby talk.
We're getting a pig together.
So that's cool. Chelsea, like every other teen mom, except for the ones they added later in the show's run, got knocked up in high school by her boyfriend Adam, who was every asshole that you knew in high school, who somehow had a really hot and tolerant girlfriend. Some people say that Adam was hot back then, but I don't know. I think he always looked quite punchable. Now we open up on like Chelsea's 16 and pregnant with her basically talking about her relationship with Adam.
Adam like changed his Facebook status and it was like, I wish Chelsea wasn't such a whore and didn't want all my friends and just wanted me.
Well then I suppose we don't need to talk to him anymore, do we? Ever.
Immediately, red flags. When you look back at stuff like that as an adult in your 30s and you're like, huh, I would never tolerate that. Why would we tolerate that then? So Chelsea's parents were divorced and she lived with her dad because
I'm a total daddy's girl.
which makes sense because daddy makes a lot of money. Not sponsored by Waterloo. But nonetheless, Randy, Chelsea's dad, don't know why we went for the remix there. Randy, Chelsea's dad, is a pretty good dad. He spoils her for sure, but he's also pretty firm and honest and forthright with Chelsea through basically the entire time she's trying to get Adam to stop being a prick, which is like 107 seasons at least.
I seriously tried so long to like make it work so it could be a family and now he's gonna like put it in my face.
Okay, first of all, you realize now that it's not gonna be a family, ever. That's all right.
Now Adam showed his ass immediately when their daughter Aubrey was born. Aubrey was born early and had to stay in the hospital, and Adam wouldn't come with. And when Chelsea finally brought her home, he was never around. Aubrey got sick at like a week old, 2 weeks old, something like that. Chelsea called him and he wouldn't show up.
Why didn't you come the other day when I needed you?
I don't know, because I was talking to my parents about some stuff.
Okay, we could have come after. I really needed your help.
Looks like you did fine. She's not dead or nothing.
You are her dad. Don't you think you should help me?
I understand that I'm her dad. You should probably stop saying that. You say it about every damn day.
Do you have any idea how you make me feel?
Okay, do you have any idea how you make me feel when you ask the same every day? I think it's pretty annoying. And that you call me, like, constantly, like, every missed call on my phone is from you.
What do you want? Like with us?
You just stop being annoying. What do you want out of this?
I thought you'd come around more.
It's not like I'm doing anything bad.
Can you please get off your phone? I'm just trying to talk to you.
What does that have to do with anything I'm listening to?
Because it's distracting.
Yeah,
I'm
you
trying
are.
to have a conversation. I want to
you're
be
not.
good.
Okay, let's shut up and quit talking about this.
So we've established like really early on that Adam's a piece of shit, okay? And I don't think any amount of editing could make Adam look worse than he makes himself look.
How do I do that? You ditched me on camera. You did that, not me.
Pretty quickly at the beginning of Teen Mom 2, Chelsea and her best friend Megan move into a house paid for by Chelsea's dad. A big part of me is like, God, what the f***? But the other part of me is like, God, that would have been sweet. But the only caveat is that she has to finish school. And that sounds good and all. But like, how do you expect that to be feasible? Because like, I can't even finish a sandwich when my kids are home. I don't know how you're going to finish high school. So during their time living together, Chelsea decides that she wants to let Adam move in with her and Megan. And Megan's like, no, I don't want that. Chelsea's like, yeah, but like, he's good in bed, so please? And Megan's like, okay, but like, can we make a list of rules so he doesn't treat us like shit? And Chelsea's like, yeah, cool, let's do that. I'll get my prettiest pen and we'll write him out.
You have to have a job.
Second should be how he treats you and Aubrey together, don't you think?
Yeah.
What do you think, baby?
He needs to pick me and Aubrey over vehicles.
I have room for one more because
What
I
do you
wrote
think?
kind of big.
He can't cheat on me anymore.
Well, that's part of treating mom and baby
No, it's
good.
not.
Yeah, it is. And then treat best friend good.
Oh yeah, because he was an ass to you. My dad's gonna be pissed.
And then they give him the list, and immediately Megan and Adam start fighting. And it's because Adam's a piece of shit. They eventually fight so badly that Megan moves out. Chelsea cries in the bathroom. And her dad, Randy, is like, the fuck you want me to do? You're letting Adam treat your best friend and your daughter and you like complete garbage. But you're gonna sit here and defend him. Okay.
Everything is his fault to you!
It's always been his fault.
I swear to God, Adam, you think that you can say anything to anybody to hurt other people?
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding, Adam.
You are such a
Okay, I'm a idiot. You. Everything that I was with her through when he hurt her every single time.
I can't believe Megan's actually moving out.
So in the meantime, Chelsea decides that she doesn't want to, or basically can't, put in the time to finish high school and instead would rather take her GED test and just get her GED. And this was like a 400-year trek because it was like 9,000 practice tests. And then like she'd take one test one by one. I swear it was like 4 seasons of just Chelsea trying to get her GED. And I don't mean like, oh, she kept trying to get her GED but she's too stupid. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like it just took forever to get through that storyline. Chelsea's trying to get her GED because she wants to go to hair school. Because Chelsea looked like this in the early aughts. That's what we all looked like then. And she wanted to make other people look like that. Honestly, I still don't hate it. I'm a product of my time. So eventually, after many moons of arduous GED preparation, practice tests, and slowly one by one taking the actual tests, Chelsea gets her GED and lets her French bulldog out, and it gets mauled by the neighbor's dog. No! Which leads Chelsea to move like 1,000 times within the first like 3 seasons. But not as many times as she was on again and off again with Adam.
You just stop being annoying.
Once a catch, always a catch. Especially that time Chelsea had knee surgery to repair her ACL. And Adam did like a really good job watching Aubrey.
Hey.
Adam, please come get her. She's falling asleep.
Little bastard.
Don't call her a little bastard.
Oh my God.
Adam ends up having a new girlfriend. Whoa. And he's very mature when he tries to make Chelsea jealous about it.
So you're just gonna have to live with it, Chelsea. Sorry. That's the way life goes sometimes. Why would he say that? Aubrey loves being around her. He's probably been around her for like...
hurt you.
She doesn't even know her.
I know.
Then why would you say that to
Aubrey
me?
loves being around anybody.
I know.
And then Chelsea takes a month off of school to handle to handle all the things on her plate. I don't know. It's a plate. It's like when you pull apart paper plates and you just got like that thin singular 1-ply layer and you put stuff on it and it just falls right off. I think it was kind of like a plate like that.
I just don't want to be here anymore.
What's happening that you're crying? I mean,
I'm so frustrated. I have school and I have to move again. I'm just so frustrated. I went from having like hardly anything on my plate to a whole ton.
Sometime in this season, Chelsea goes out with her friends, like for her birthday. It was just crazy. It's like the first time the storyline hasn't been like Chelsea and Adam, or like Chelsea needs to move, or Chelsea's like at school. Like, it was nice to see her like socialize like a person, like a real person, until she finds out that Adam's new girlfriend is knocked up. Good for them.
And it's just annoying because, like, I wanted a family, you know?
Yeah.
And he's off having kids with other people.
Yeah. Like, it's totally out of your hands who he does things with. Yeah.
And it is hard to co-parent with him because we're, like, flirty, or we hate each other, or we're banging.
It's never just, like...
It's never just normal. Well, I want it to be normal because I don't want to do this whole cycle. And I don't know what it is. Every time we see each other and we're getting along, it is like flirty. I don't know. And I don't want Aubrey to have all these like half siblings all over the place.
Then Chelsea decides that she doesn't want to go to hair school. She wants to go to aesthetics school, esthetician school, to become an esthetician. And apparently during this era, she forgot she doesn't have to wear an entire pan of eyeshadow in one day. And her meetings with Adam around this time were very strange because they would either be like knocked down, drag out, like I'm taking you to court, or they'd be like flirting. Like the time they were at Aubrey's preschool orientation together. And
so on her birthday, I'm having her party on the 6th. Maybe your family can have her.
It's 3 days early.
Her birthday is on the 7th.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'm glad you actually came.
For her.
I didn't know if you would or not.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
It's good to see you again.
Don't be an ass. Your hand is disgusting.
It's from working.
Right.
Try it sometime.
Bye.
I'm sorry, but if the father of my children forgot their birthday, the last thing I would be like is like, bye. What are you doing? What are you doing? I swear, I spent all the time. I said in the Leah video I did, that I spent that entire time being like, oh my god, what is wrong with Allie? Like, oh my god, is she okay? Like, oh my god, like it's so stressful and it's so taxing and I'm so worried. And like that was like the through line through all of these seasons for Leah. And for Chelsea it was like,
will you just stop fucking Adam?
Please. Like the time she hooked up with Adam and had unprotected sex. And then she had a scripted pregnancy scare.
The other day, when I was going to pee, my Marina like came out.
I thought they weren't supposed to come out.
I thought so too.
Did you call your doctor?
Yeah, I need to go in. But then Adam came over.
Oh my god.
And my husband, like, why would
Did you use a condom?
No, well, he pulled out. Shut up. Don't judge. You're judging.
You know how many people get pregnant without?
You know what? It's been a long time.
So be smart about it.
I know.
What if you're pregnant?
Okay.
So you're going to be a single mom of 2 children?
Like, I'm starting school and everything. And he's just going to come back in here and possibly impregnate me.
This was actually like my favorite era of Chelsea, to be honest. And I really like Chelsea. Like, I know I've been ragging on her a little bit, but I really, really do like Chelsea. I will agree with the general consensus. Like, she is probably my favorite of all the teen moms. And I feel like this era was particularly good. She looked really good. I know she was like starting to work out around this time. I loved her hair color then. Her makeup got better. It was a little less like sloppy, full pan kind of a look. I don't know. It felt like a really good era for her. It felt like her upswing because she finally stopped, for the most part, fucking Adam. And I think that made a world of difference. Adam kept sending through, there have been several periods throughout these seasons where Adam would send Chelsea papers for custody or for visitation or whatever.
This is what he says. Joint physical custody, which he has no custody. He has visitation, which is different. And or allowing defendant to have unsupervised visitation with the minor child at his current and any future residences. So
how could he have joint custody if he doesn't even have a driver's license?
Right. No way in hell is that gonna happen.
And understandably, Adam gets arrested over and over and over and over again. And, I wouldn't feel comfortable sending my child over there. I wouldn't feel comfortable sending my child to a home where she could get hurt or, just the instability of it all. Every time she received like a request for a response or signature or court date, she would obviously respond with like, not comfy with it, will fight. And that is where Randy having a lot of money comes in handy because they were able to get decent lawyers. And she was very lucky for that because that doesn't happen in every case. Sometimes you don't have the money to fight those things. So anyway, Chelsea finishes aesthetics school and she has to take her board exams. She takes her boards. She doesn't feel confident. She receives a letter and the letter says, it's honestly like 47 episodes before it feels like that's resolved. I think it's only like 3 or 4, but my God, it feels like forever. Is Adam gonna try for custody? They're withholding my license. She did just buy a house. She did just buy my dream house. Okay, first of all, this house that Chelsea bought, my dream house. I love this house so much, and I'm so sad they don't even live there anymore. Not that it matters, they're not even on TV anymore, but just the same, that is my dream home. But she had just bought this home, and she wasn't able to legally work because they were withholding her license. Yes, scary, frustrating, but you're also on TV making, at this point, at least 5 figures by this season.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
I just got the second letter. Dad.
What?
I just got the second letter.
Okay.
It's not my license, and it's not my results. It's basically they have more questions. It's saying that Landon hired me, and it was not a one-time thing because of tweets. Like Landon tweeted me saying like he can't wait for our future, you know, because we want to like do this.
Oh my Lord, you went there for an hour or so. You did not get paid in any form of compensation. You know the rules, and you didn't break them.
Well, maybe we should just see a lawyer.
You're gonna be okay. Now it's at the beginning of the season that follows that we finally get to meet somebody who treated Chelsea better than old Adam did. Chelsea met Cole at a gas station, which is where all of America's finest relationships begin. And Cole seems really sweet and really nice and good to Aubrey, really kind to Chelsea, and it's great.
The biggest change is that I met a new guy named Cole. We've been dating for a few months now, and he's really great with Aubrey.
Hello.
Hello.
Huh?
Ready?
I jumped to Cole.
Who's your boyfriend?
What? I'm your boyfriend?
What?
I got 2 girlfriends.
We win.
Dumb as Chelsea was for going back to Adam 1,000 times, it was really nice to see her meet somebody who treated her nicely. So in this time, like I said, Adam had been arrested a lot. And this time he was in a horrific car accident where he basically was speeding tremendously and hit, I believe it was an old couple, and his car burst into flames. And then shortly thereafter, he tries to file for 50-50 custody of both of his children. His daughter with Chelsea and his daughter with his other ex, Taylor. Chelsea and Taylor, who had previously not really gotten along.
Why are you posting selfies with my kid? When you're not with the dad anymore and we're not friends, she's just doing it for like attention or because she's a freak.
But they ended up sort of teaming up to fight Adam's respective requests for 50-50 custody. Chelsea and Cole decided it was time to add a new addition to their family, so of course they bought a pig, and of course they named it Pete. And it was also that time that Aubrey ran into the counter.
We have to move.
Hey.
Cole, will you drive my car?
Did you hit the counter?
And that looked like it really hurt. Those are those injuries that your kids get at that age where you're like, how did you even do that? I don't get it. So Chelsea and Cole decide that they're gonna move in together and that they want to take their relationship to the next step or the next level, or however that phrase goes, which is nice because you sort of see the juxtaposition between Cole and the way he treats Aubrey.
Boom. It's a masterpiece.
Thank you for helping her.
You look okay?
You guys look great. She's even has a real smile, Aubrey.
Oh, yeah.
And Adam and the way he treats Aubrey.
Yeah. Do you think I'm mean? Does your mom? Yep.
Awesome.
Your mom thinks I'm mean to you? What does she tell you? It's all right.
Why didn't you come to the father-daughter dance?
It's pretty obvious. One's better than the other. And then eventually Chelsea and Cole get engaged, which is just lovely. It's just lovely. Then there's like 4 seasons of Chelsea and Adam in child support court because Adam's paying the lowest amount possible and he's not around for their visitation, but it does include this clip that always makes me laugh.
All they have is to judge you by your record. Exactly. Chelsea doesn't have a record, so they don't have anything to judge you by.
Stop it. Get some help.
There's also some weird Chelsea and Cole stuff that I want to address, and one of them is Aubrey's name change. So in this season, they start talking about their wedding and that they're going to have the same last name, and Chelsea starts talking about how she wants to change Aubrey's last name and hyphenate it to add DeBoer, which is Cole's last name. And then they can all have the same last name as a family. And like, I get that. It makes things easier, and it's just if you're the primary caregiver, like, it's almost an insult to not have their last name be your last name, you know? The only thing I don't get is why Aubrey needed to give Cole the whole speech about it.
Remember I asked you if you would want to add something to your name?
Uh-huh.
I thought it'd be nice for you to tell Cole that you wanted to do that. Tell him what you wanted to do.
I want to make it Aubrey Sky DeBoer.
That would be amazing.
So it's not for sure, but why is that important to you?
Because I want Watson to know that I have the same last name as him.
Oh my God, that hurts my heart.
And I've never had the same last name as her. So it would be cool.
That felt weird, you know? I get it's for the storyline, you need to share the narrative with the audience, but like, could you have done that instead of putting your child in that awkward position? I don't know. Anyway, Chelsea gets knocked up again on purpose this time with her second child.
Mommy is
having
a baby. You are going to be a big sister.
What's going on? What do you think's going on? What? Mommy has a baby in her tummy. What do you think? Are you happy?
Yeah.
You are?
Cole begins the tradition that will not die of taking Aubrey to the father-daughter dance because Adam is too much of a piece of to show up, even though he was invited.
So if your dad doesn't call or anything, you're okay going with just Cole?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you not want to go?
I want to go.
Okay, I didn't know. Are you guys going to dance?
Mm-hmm. Because you know it's called the father-daughter dance.
You're a turd. Oh my God.
Why didn't you come to the father-daughter dance?
And then Chelsea finds out from her dad that Adam is behind on child support, which simply shows how little Chelsea needs money in general. And that's not to say that she doesn't need child support, because if you have a child with somebody and you are not the primary caretaker, you need to be fucking paying them child support. I don't care how much money they make. That's still your responsibility. It doesn't wash away just because they make good money, okay? Honestly, Adam's kind of lucky that his deadbeat ass has a rich ex and it flew under the radar for that long. Chelsea and Cole also chose to not air their wedding on the show, which I think is a really good decision. I'm always impressed by people who can make decisions like that, because I would imagine it's so easy to be like, yes, like film it. Oh my God, yes, of course, because I'm sure they'll pay me extra, you know. I guarantee they would have paid her, you know, like some sort of bonus or pay increase for filming her wedding. And I'm always impressed when people have the dignity to not do things like that. But Chelsea and Cole decided to move their actual like big wedding back because of her pregnancy, which I get. You know, I wouldn't want to be knocked up at my wedding either. They get legally married and decide to have their ceremony, like the big whole shebang, the following year. They also get a fake baby to prepare themselves for the experience of having a real newborn. You know, because that's a normal thing people do, I guess. And then, of course, Chelsea and Cole get married.
Your guest of honor, Chelsea and Cole DeBoer.
Which reminds me, I left out the most hilarious part of Janelle's video, which is her wedding and when she wore her veil backwards. God, I laughed for so long about it. Anyway, beyond this, Chelsea's storyline got kind of stale, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I think it just means that she's like leading a regular, like, well-adjusted life with a lot of money and kids and all of that. She has her son Watson. Adam continues to get arrested a bunch. Chelsea considers taking away visitation a bunch. Chelsea gets knocked up again, something like 18 months after having Watson, which is insane in my opinion, because I don't even want a tampon inside me 16 to 18 months after I give birth. Chelsea eventually moves Adam's, well, the court. Chelsea petitions to have the court have Adam's visitation moved to a visitation center for Aubrey's safety.
Dad, they agreed. Her name changed. They agreed to have his visits at the visitation center.
Oh, really?
And as long as his parents get 1 weekend a month.
He can't be present for.
That he can't be present for.
That's a good setup, don't you
Oh
think?
my God, I am so happy.
Good.
Oh my God, I'm seriously gonna cry.
Did he have to say anything, or?
No, but his mom was really mean. She tried to confront me before court, and I told her I wasn't comfortable talking, before, and she told me to grow up. And yeah, I just feel like so much better because I just feel like I don't really have to worry as much.
At this point, there were drugs involved and, again, more arrests for different things. Before it would be like driving without a license or, what have you. And then it became like, I believe he was arrested for, or he was drug tested for amphetamines and methamphetamines, domestic stalking. Obviously Adam wasn't showing up to his visitation. He kept violating the visitation agreement. He'd be at his parents' house when he wasn't supposed to be there, because Aubrey got a weekend a month, I guess, with his parents, but the deal was that he was not allowed to be there. So she was allowed to see him at the visitation center or at supervised school lunches. And I know that sounds really stringent and really strict, but like her safety was at stake. Yeah, so he continued to violate his visitation agreement at the hands of his enabler-ass mother. Just a PSA to fellow moms of boys. Stop enabling them to be like this. Okay? Thanks.
Yeah, let's shut up and quit talking about this. My God.
So then eventually Chelsea has her third child, Lane. And Adam gives up his rights to Paisley, which is his daughter with Taylor, which really lights a fire under Chelsea's ass, full of hope that he'll do the same for Aubrey, while she's like pretending she's on the fence about whether she'd like that or not.
He gave up rights to their daughter. Well, that's big news. Yeah.
That's rock bottom. Look at this. Do you think anything would ever come between this? Like, yeah, right. How could you have this, watch them grow up, and then be like, oh, you're right. That.
The judge said, you realize this is forever to him? And he said, yeah. So her husband, I guess, adopted Paisley now. And that's that.
So are you going to discuss it with Aubrey?
I think we should. I think she should know what's going on or what happened. But I think you just got to be careful about the way you word it. It's going to be confusing for her. Because, like, technically, that's not her sister. I mean, it's obviously always going to be her sister, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, do we bring up that it's an option for her as well?
You could adopt her.
Yeah.
Would you?
I'd do it right now, if she wants to.
Which brings us to like another weird Chelsea and Cole thing. When this was all going down, because Taylor's husband adopted Paisley, they started talking about Cole adopting Aubrey.
Just keep talking, just keep answering questions. When she was younger, she's always going to think, he's there, he's coming back, he's there, he's coming back. But as she gets older, she's going to say, yeah, you know what? I don't know if he's coming back.
Yeah.
She'll know.
Yeah. And like, just gotta keep doing it, and then one day, Aubrey might want him to adopt her.
You just kind of have to keep riding along, and at some point the answer will become more clear.
And even Randy's like, yeah, you need to chill. Like, everything's fine right now. Like, you don't need to push her on this.
I was like, is that something you'd ever watch? She said yes. And she's like, wait, would that mean that my dad's not my dad anymore? I was like, yeah, no, that it wouldn't really be your dad like that anymore. And she's like, well then I don't think I want to.
Okay, I don't think you should. She's already got your name. You know, just go with the flow and just do what you're doing, because you can't push it. Because if you force it, then she might resent.
Oh God, yeah.
You know.
At this point, Aubrey was 8, maybe. She's talking about how upset Cole is and how Cole wants to do X, Y, and Z. And it's like, okay, but what does Aubrey want to do?
And you know who it's hard on too? Cole. Cole wants it. And he would love it. But
Oh,
that's
course,
not
yeah.
a reason to do it. I mean,
No,
it has to be for her.
That's going to be something that as she's getting older, she'll gradually make more of a decision.
If she asked me to, I'd do it in a heartbeat. But I don't want to hurt her feelings.
Anyhow, Chelsea and Cole start a collaboration with Itsy Ritzy, who make mostly diaper bags and baby things. And then their house gets broken into. Their new house, because they moved into a house. That was not my dream house.
I feel like everyone's gonna get over it, and I'm not gonna be over it, and I was gonna be like, get the hell over it, and I can't.
And that spurs like a 1.5 season arc of Chelsea's like anxiety attacks.
Oh, I got this heart monitor on.
Yes, when did you get it on?
Yesterday. But I've had anxiety, but I've never had it like this before.
There's a difference between having some anxiety about something that's coming up and a panic attack.
I had that thing too.
You did?
Yes.
People don't like to talk about it because they see it as a flaw in themselves.
Yeah.
It is shocking to me that this is a common thing. I'm still convinced that there's something wrong with me because it was so scary. But then it went away.
The first thing you gotta do is not read about it.
I've been reading about it, and I think I had a stroke. I think I have heart disease.
Dr. Google does not help this situation at all.
That's the first thing I told her.
I think it's something serious.
Why do you think that?
Because it was so bad. I would never, ever go to the hospital for something small.
I couldn't believe you asked that even.
I swear to God, I thought I was dying.
Which are so funny, because the only reason I say it's funny is because I just think it's interesting how many people say that they're like, oh, I'm anxious, I have anxiety, and then it's like they actually experience a real anxiety attack. They're like, oh, I think I'm having a heart attack. What is this? It's like, that's what anxiety is. Anyhow, Chelsea and Cole, because Chelsea having these anxiety attacks was like, I want to move. I want to leave this house that we just fucking bought. Of course, they buy land somewhere that they want to build a house on. And Chelsea launches a collaboration and a clothing line. And sort of, it is nice, I will say, like, as much as I didn't really care about, wow, it's getting bright in here, huh? I will say, as much as I didn't really care about the collaborations or, like, the clothing line or putting all that together, it wasn't really interesting to me. It was nice to see Chelsea do something, like, for herself, because it wasn't necessarily something she had to do with Cole. It wasn't something she needed to do with Aubrey or her other children. It wasn't something that was tangentially related to Adam. It was literally something that was just Chelsea's. And it was kind of nice to see, because it is a shame when the rich girl doesn't get to do things for herself. Anyway, shortly thereafter, Chelsea decided it was time to leave Teen Mom 2. Which again is another thing that I completely respect, because this was during COVID and she had to get all her little babies tested all the time to have a crew there to film. She was trying to be more private. Her only storylines were like a little bit of Adam, the adoption thing, and her clothing line. And like, it just got really, like I said before, stale. And honestly, I genuinely think that was the right time to leave the show, because at this point they're all in their 30s and on a show called Teen Mom. So, okay. So what's been going on with Chelsea lately? Chelsea lately was a great show. Well, Aubrey's friggin' like 13 now. and adorable. Adam was arrested in October for not paying child support for Aubrey because men are trash. Oh, and Chelsea and Cole are being sued for about $4 million for allegedly hiding some financial assets. So Godspeed, Aubrey and Watson and Lane and the other one, Walker. Her name is Walker. Yikes. Anyway, that's all for today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, all my social media, Patreon, how to join my channel memberships, merch, Amazon wishlist, relevant links, and the entire friggin' Gettysburg Address are down below in the description. Stick around for the outtakes and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Put on an entire palette of MAC eyeshadow. So put on an entire palette of dark black matte. Motherfucker, can't talk. Wave high as we pass by Mount Rushmore. Wave high as we pass up. Hold me closer, tiny dancer. I have to get gas later today and I'm expecting to meet my soulmate. Thank you. No way. No thanks.